It's been a while since I saw this legal agreement saying that all people are over the age of 18, so don't worry too much about it. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to Everlasting Summer. I'm assuming that's what it says. Anyways, it's been a long time since I played this. Again, this is on my new PC. Not that the graphics improve this anymore since it's a visual novel, but there's something slightly different back. When I went through this, first I went through to make sure that the patch was in, and it wasn't, so I had to reinstall it. So we can, again, see the scenes that I can't show you on YouTube. Yeah, they're still there. Okay. Anyways, just ignore you saw that, even though I left it there for long enough. Anyways, so those are there. Anyways, the issue is that it doesn't recognize that I played the game before. So what that means is I can't skip. I played a little bit of one of my saves to get through, but it for the most part, from the beginning on, we'll be treading new ground as far as this game's concerned. So that means I won't be able to skip. But the good news is, since it's been so long since I played, this be a nice refresher. Also, I thought I'd look at a little bit of a cheat sheet here to see about getting good endings. Because again, the way the system works and the way I understand it is that it's a point system. So, like, say when we got the Alice, or whatever I was calling her, when I got that bad end, I got X amount of points with her, which were enough to get her ending, but I didn't get X plus enough points to get the good ending. So it's usually 6 to 9 points. If you get anywhere between 6 and 9, you get the bad ending. If you get anything above 9, you get the good ending. So, anyways, all that talking aside, let's go for round 3. So let's do a new game. And let's go through this all again. I was having that dream once again. That dream with all the slightly underage women. Every night, massive orgies. But it's all forgotten in the morning as usual. Maybe it's for the best. Only the simplest glimmers of the memories remain. The gates have opened, yada yada, inviting me and the girl who asked me one question. Do you do the wild thing? Hey, hi, Mr. Al. He lights up. Anyways, will you come with me? Well, it's all about pacing. I have to know, come? Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. But where and why? And where am I? You're in Korplik. Of course, if it's happened in real life, I would certainly have been scared. Well, what else would you expect one to feel? But this is just a dream. The same one I have every night. There must be a reason. You don't know where or who to what you don't have to know where or why. You don't have to know how to read English. Something desperately seeking my attention. Since everything that surrounds me here is real as things in my own flat, I could open the gates, hear the hinge creak, brush the crumbling rust away with my hand, inhale the fresh, cool air, and shiver from the cold. I could, but to do that, I would need to pick myself up and take a step. Move my hand, but this is a dream. I understand that, but what of it? What does my understanding change? Because here it's just one of the other sides of a cracked screen of an old TV, which struggles to fight against the static noise and strives to show its audience everything without missing a single detail. But the picture's getting blurry. I must be waking soon. Ellipses! Long time no see. How you doing, buddy? He always remains silent. Maybe I should ask her something. Broadsides? The girl. What's her name? That's a good question to start with. About the stars first. Well, that's what they call the box. constellation. It's shaped like a box. Why the stars, though? Because they shine in her eyes. Was the father a thief? Because he stole the stars. There we go. I'd rather ask about the gates. Yes, the gates. Bill and Melinda. Should we be surprised? Or better, why the dot over the I called a title, but the dot over the J was called a subscript dot? You lost me on that one. Nice letters, though. As if they don't exist anymore. Still, why do letters, gates, and stars have to do with this place? Because even if I'm having this dream every night, which will be forgotten soon anyways, I've got to look for answers here and now. And there, if you look carefully, you can see the Magellanic clouds. Magellanic. Isn't that supposed to be like Magellan? Anyways, it's a galaxy somewhere around here. And if I end up in the southern hemisphere, ellipses as confused as I am, because yeah, again, aren't those in Australia where you can see the Andromedan galaxy? In a dream, there are the small things that catch your attention, and unnatural color of grass, impossible curves of a straight lines, or your own distorted reflection, while the real danger, which could be put at the end of everything right here and now, seems trivial. It's natural, since here you cannot die. I know it for sure. I've done it hundreds of times. But if you cannot die, is there a point in living? I should ask the girl. She's a local. She should know. What, about the meaning of life and everything? It's 42. Yes, exactly. See, he agrees with me. I should ask her about that owl, for example. One strange bird it is, though it doesn't matter. By the way, the owl isn't a possible date, so just to let you know. Ellipses, we could bang ellipses, but it's a hard route to go. Will you come with me? And every time I have to answer, it's the only way, otherwise the dream will never end and I will never wake up. Yes, I will come with you. See, hold on. So can I skip? Because that showed it showed that I picked that answer before. What happens if I say no, by the way? Is there any way for me to skip? It's there, but I can't. Oh well. Yeah, so again, it recognizes. See, it's one of these weird catches with a new game. Is it recognizes I've done this before, but it doesn't recognize that I've done it before also. So it's kind of it does and it doesn't. So, which technically I've done a good ending. Does that mean I can get the Miku ending? Excuse me, that's the whiskey. Let's get all that out before we go. Anyways, and why does so much in my life depend on this answer? Or maybe it doesn't. It's just a dream after all. Just a dream, a dream, a dream, a dream. And we wake up. We fell asleep on our keyboard. Again, with Wasta printed on our forehead. Forward, left, right, back. That's all you need to know. Hello? There we go. Yep, looking at 4chan. Naughty, naughty. Boop, 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 boop. Excuse me. Yep. The computer screen stares at me as if it was alive. I blink as if I was also. Sometimes it really did seem to me that it was conscious of itself, had its own thoughts and wishes, ambitions, that it had feelings, could love, could suffer. So I punched it, as if in our relationship the screen was an instrument. It was me who was a lifeless piece of plastic and textile. There's some truth in that, probably because the computer provides 90% of my communication with the outside world. Ain't that the truth? Anonymous image boards, some chats from time to time, rarely ICQ, which doesn't exist, Jabber, and forums, even more rarely. Those are long blinks, man. Oh yeah, you're waking up. People on the other side of the internet cable simply do not exist. All of them are simply creations of its sick imagination, an error in the source code or kernel bug, which started living a life of its own. Kind of like the mold I have in the corner of the room there. But at least the mold's paying rent. You know, nice guy. Really, just got to get used to the smell, but otherwise, he's doing a decent living, you know. If one looked at my existence from the outside, such thoughts would seem crazy, and a psychologist would surely give me a bunch of sophisticated diagnosis and maybe write me a doctor's referral to the loony bin. See, it's weird to me to see that because I'm so used to ceiling fans being a standard on roof lighting here in Arizona. That's the wake up music. A small apartment with no signs of repair or any semblance of order in it, and always the same view out the window on the gray metropolis, running somewhere day and night. Such are the conditions of my life. The pianist living next door, who never shuts up. Well, of course, it didn't start out like this. I was born, went to school, and finished it like all the others. I was accomplished at university, where I spent a year and a half trailing behind and struggling. I drifted through several jobs. Sometimes it was working out quite well. Sometimes I was even getting a decent amount of money for it. But it all felt like it was not mine. As if it was taken from another man's bibliography. Bibliography is something different. I was living life to its fullest. It was looping over and over in a it was going in circles. Like a movie Groundhog's Day, yes. Which, by the way, I haven't seen. It's just that I have no choice in how to spend my day. And every day repeats itself. The same vicious spiral. A spiral of emptiness, misery, and despair. Hey, at least you have a roof over your head. For the last few years, I sat in front of the screen all day. Come on, why, Steam, why? Sometimes it just pops up randomly like that. Menial jobs would help me parents. All in all, I was able to provide for myself. No wonder, really, since my needs were quite minor. I hardly left my home, and my communication with other people were almost exclusively consist of online correspondence with the anonymous, who had no real name, no gender, no age. So, in brief, quite a typical life of a quite typical antisocial person of his time. Kind of Donnie Darko on a minor scale, without the doomsday related visions or the airplane or the having sex with the hot woman. Maybe some highly respected author, shouldn't be a no, will write a novel about me, and it will become a contemporary a modern classic. Or maybe a drunk will be unable to read this. However, what's the point of fooling myself? I tried many times, but couldn't even come up with a simple short story. Chicken crossed the road, the end. There's a short story. I tried to learn many other things as well. Not gifted enough to draw. Well, practice. Programming, got bored. Okay, that's pretty hard. Foreign languages take too much time. I never learned English myself. The only thing I loved doing was reading. But still, I never would have called myself a scholar. I can't read, so perhaps I was an ace at watching anime. I mean, I do call myself a taku. And a grand master at lame internet jokes. Like a boss? Anyways, If I were to get paid for it, I would probably be a happier person. And a richer person too, but I doubt it would fill the hole inside me. Oh, that's nice. Nice and cold looking, but today was another typical day of a typical failure, typical life. And today is the day when I go to my university reunion. I never had a university reunion. I had one for high school, but not for university. Frankly speaking, I didn't really want to go. What's the point? The time I spent there was short. However, I was persuaded by a friend, my former university mate, and one of the few to whom I keep in touch other than through the internet. Through the internet. So your only friend in the world wants you to get outside once in a while. Why am I yelling at this guy? I need to get out once in a while. It's like I'm looking at a mirror or a 32-inch screen playing a video game. Okay, so here we go. Again, this is the basic start. We've been through this before, but again, it's been so long, I wanted to do this properly. Oh, that sound. Oh, I don't like snow. I grew up in the desert. Snow's not my friend. Then again, the desert's not my friend either. You could tell by my skin. A frosty evening. Bus stop waiting, she gaze, I stay under my umbrella. She creeps out and leaves and calls a cop under my umbrella. When they arrest me, I ask, can you please forgive me, lady? But she slaps a restraining order. Why did I show up naked? 24/7. But the bus today was running so late that I was about to curse it all and spend my last few hundred rubles for a taxi. The idea of just returning home didn't cross my mind for some reason. As usual, millions of thoughts flew through my mind, but there was not a single useful one to seize on. Such a thought that could bring into existence gave shape, turned into an idea, and put into practice. Maybe I could start my own business. Maybe I could start my own university with blackjack and hookers. Again, that joke's old. But where would I get the money from? Loan sharks? How about just sharks in general? Yeah, there you go. Just go outside, beat up some sharks in the ocean, and get money. There's your plan. Or maybe I could go back to working in an office. See if Pam still wants to date you. No way. Maybe I should try freelancing. Yes, all my friends freelance in the medical. Well, both the medical and the film. I know a lot of guys that do film work on the helicopters around town. That's interesting to me. But what skills do I have? And who would want me after all? Construction workers are always looking for warm bodies. I suddenly remembered my childhood. Oh, now we remember. Or rather, my teen years. The time when I was 15 to 17. Why exactly those years? Not an idea. I guess it's because back then, everything was so much more simpler. It was easy to make decisions. So complicated now and so simple then. You look at things favorably. It wasn't true. Waking up in the morning, I knew exactly how my day was going to pass, and I was always eagerly looking forward to the weekend. Then I could get some rest and have some time for the things I liked. Computers, football, going out with my buds. And then, at the beginning of next week, I would take up my studies again. Back then, there was no such worrying questions like why, who needs it, what will change if I do it, or what will not change. Yes, having structure in your life makes things easier. It also makes it more limiting, yeah. Having an adult means you have a lot more free roam, but also means a lot more responsibility. A simple lifestyle. So casual for any normal person and so odd myself today. The careless childhood age. It was also then that I met my first love. It was whiskey. Her appearance and personality has vanished from my memory. Well, 15 to 20, At best, that was 15 to 20 years ago. And you already forgot? Or only her name remains. Like a brief line from a social network profile along with the feelings which once overwhelmed me when I was with her. Affection, tenderness, the desire to care for her and protect her. You were 15 to 17. It was her... forget. Sadly, it did not last long. Today, I can hardly imagine something like that happening. I would probably like to meet a girl, but I don't know how to start a conversation. What on earth would I talk about to attract her? Amen, brother. Well, I haven't met any suitable girls for a long time. You haven't met any because you don't leave. But where could I meet anyone anyways? The bus stop's a good place to go. I hear there's people that meet under umbrellas. The sound of an engine brought me back to reality. A bus pulled over. There was something abnormal about it, I thought. Then again, it doesn't matter. Only the 410 runs this route. Hey, look, it says 410 on it. Amazing. Dramatic shots. Warm bus. Very warm bus. Are you sure you're not taking me to the zombie maps? Street lights pass me by. It's as if their cold light sparks inside of me, trying to ignite feelings long dead. Long legs. Anime picture. Just ignore, loving the background here. Anyways, or maybe not ignite, just awaken them. Because those feelings have long been feeling a long time. Blah 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 blah. The driver's radio playing some very familiar tune. He's smoking weed. That's what this sounds like. I was watching the cars pass by the fogged up window. Because people are always rushing somewhere, chasing something they need, stuck in their own little world. Why would they care about mine? They probably have their own serious problems, or maybe they have much easier lives. You can't know for sure, since all people are different. Or are they? Sometimes someone's actions can easily be predicted, but if you try to look inside his soul, you'll only see the impenetrable darkness. Damn it, Ellipsy, stop making fun of me for my inability to read. The bus was approaching downtown, and my thoughts were interrupted by the bright city lights. Hundreds of billboards, thousands of cars, and millions of people. I watched this light show, and somehow I got terribly sleepy. This little nap here. My eyes closed for just a moment, and then giant snowflakes. As a kid, I used to think snowflakes were that big in reality. You know, like the little things you cut in paper? I thought they were actually that big. I didn't realize they, no bigger than your thumb sometimes. Hey, that was Sylvia, by the way, in that picture. Here we go. Time for the opening. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, look at the empty bus. Who's that sexy girl looking over there? Dun dun, there's another one. She looks awfully shy. See, at least that looks like Lena, even in Russian. Oh boy. Dun 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 dun. Oh, cute and very illegal. Hey, Alice. Miku! Now see, technically I got a good ending, but it was my own good ending, so I don't know if that counts towards me being able to get with Miku. But we'll see. We'll see. So I need to save again from this point.